Hello everyone, this is Joe, Four Soft Corners here, and for today's video, I'm going to show some Tony Gwynn cards of one of my favorite sets, year in and year out, going back to when it started, and that's Topps Finest. And we're going to end up showing a card that I originally picked up months ago, and kind of went on a little journey, and I'll explain that then later, but definitely a huge card that I don't get to show cards like this off too often, so very pumped about that. So if you hang on for a little bit, we'll get to that, but without further ado, we'll start. So some of these were cards that came in the huge lot of Tony Gwynn cards I bought, and then some I already had from other pickups or from opening packs. And so this is 2000 Finest Moments, commemorating his 3,000 hits. So I don't have the complete run. I don't believe I don't fully have everything cataloged for Gwynn. So I pulled out the cards that I knew I had for sure from the lot that I purchased. But then I have another box of just stars and Hall of Famers and stuff that I started putting in binders, and I know there's definitely some Gwynns in there. So some of the gaps I may have, I just did not get to pulling all those out yet. So this is from 99 Finest. Yeah, just always, as a kid, I couldn't afford these packs, so had some singles that I'd pick up at shows and flea markets and stuff, mainly Griffey at the time I was picking up, but going back now, either like 8 years ago, I was able to get a lot of boxes of these at decent prices yet, so I ended up ripping a good bit of this, 98 Finest, and some 95, some 94. Never opened in 93, and definitely at this point never will now. I believe those boxes are going for like $1,500 to $2,000 unopened. But this is one of my favorite designs, 98. Once you get into the refractors and stuff, they're pretty cool. Even the no protector ones, the backs are shiny then, and then the no protector refractors, both sides are, or maybe it's backwards at the, I don't know, but some of them, both sides are shiny, and it's a really cool card. So definitely I'd like to add one of the refractors from that of him at some point. Like I said, I'm not sure if I have a 97, did not have it for this video, but there's two cards in the 96 set. So this is the one that was just featured in Finest Flashbacks. Even to this day, and with the new set, I still don't fully comprehend the layout of the set and the checklist, and like I know certain players are in certain designs, but then I don't know if there's different parallels for each design, or if it's just based on what the design is, or the rarity. Like here it says common. If they're only available in like bronze, silver, gold, or like I said, I still, after all these years, I still have not fully comprehended that. So there's the first, and then here's the second design. So the Sterling was part of one of the subsets in it, and then the franchises here. So like I said, still confusing to me. And then we have the 95. Again, was able to, fortunate enough, like 8 years ago or so, bought a bunch of boxes of these. I got for like $25, $30, which I think that goes for substantially more now, but kind of weird. You can see like we're starting the greening, but it's just almost like in a circle right there on his thigh. It's odd the way it just kind of is happening in that one spot, but the hulking happening. But so again, another one of my favorite sets. Pretty sure I have a 94, but again, couldn't find it for this. But so I'm gonna go to this, and this is, you know, just the iconic set. Just with the chromium technology and the refractor technology, just really, I mean, it's like the granddaddy of all of it, and just doesn't get more nostalgic or more cooler than this. When this came out, definitely couldn't afford packs back then. Still can't, like I said, afford any of it now. But so anytime I see any singles from this set, I usually try and pick them up. There's a couple players I definitely would just love having the base card from. I don't have a Griffey yet. Would love one of those. But I mean, this is just as 90s, and as, you know, the precursor to a lot of things that happened in the 90s. This is like just as great as it gets, which I'm sure I probably would put it in the thumbnail, just, you know, because you almost have to. But a lot of people probably know what's coming, and be a little bit of a teaser here. But just to tell the story I want to tell, it'll take a few minutes. So it started back in the summer. Bought a box of this at one of my local card shops, 98 Flare Ultra. They had 2 boxes of it, which I haven't been back there yet. I'm interested to see if the other box has been there. I mean, they literally have sat there for 25 years, so was in the mood to rip something older, and you know, with the chance to pull something cool out of it. Wasn't at a terrible price, so I ended up buying it, and I ended up pulling a let's see, okay, here. So they advertise on the side, look for Diamond Immortals, 1 in 288 packs. So as far as the inserts, that's about the biggest insert you could pull. The Platinum Medallions, definitely in Series 2. Wait, this is Series 2. Yes. Series 2, they were only numbered to 98 instead of 99. But anyway, that's probably the biggest chase. I mean, to pull one of the huge names of one of those guys in the set, I mean, you're looking at for player collectors, probably hundreds to maybe $1,000, $1,000, like somewhere in that realm. If you pull, you know, a Platinum Medallion of the right guy. I did pull one. It was one Encarnacion, so I mean, still cool to pull one. But anyway, for just the inserts, the Diamond Immortals or the Chase. So I ended up pulling the Derek Jeter, and I have that video. I did it on video, so I have that. You'll see the cards in general were sticking. So you'll see, especially when I show that, you could hear the cards peeling apart, and then so it did have some foil loss on the card, but just really awesome to pull. That's kind of, I mean, it was so much fun opening these, and, you know, kind of what I was hoping to do was pull something really cool, and I did. It wasn't something that specifically fit my PC, so while it was awesome to do and it was fun opening the box, I got that enjoyment out of it. I had the card then, and, you know, definitely just right off the bat thought I'd like to move this for another card that I would, you know, actually fit my collection more. That being said, the means to do so, I mean, you have eBay and you know, everything that goes into that with fees, and then with the fact that the card, even if I denote that it was damaged, I mean, if somebody wants to return it, they'll be able to return it. Like I said, the cards are prone to damage, so I mean, it wasn't, I looked up I mean, there was some going for a lot more than, higher prices, and then, but at the same time, while I just wanted to be able to turn it into a card that would fit my collection better, that card sat in this box for 25 years, and it just felt like it belonged in the hands of a collector that collects Jeter, and just to unearth that card and get it into the hands of somebody like that, which, I mean, by selling on eBay or something, you don't necessarily know it's going to happen. As long as it's benefiting you, you're making money off of it, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I still thought it would be cool just to get it in the hands of somebody who would appreciate it more, for sure. And so the first person I thought of, just by followed her Twitter and Instagram for a little while, just person in the hobby, always like following to see what has to say, and the card chats that she does weekly is Sooz from over at now currently at CGC Grading. So just in a message, or in a post on Twitter, or X, I guess, reached out and messaged, or just said, hey, I recently pulled a somewhat rare Jeter insert, don't know if you have it yet, and then communicated back and forth a little bit through messages, and she did not have it. Worked out a price, it was open and honest, and just said that it is damaged. I found, just said I'd like to get whatever, currently the cheapest price on eBay that you could find one for, so offered it at that price, and we came to a deal, and so I ended up purchasing this card that I'm going to show, and it originally came in a PSA 8, very old PSA 8 slab, one of the original. So I mean, it seemed like it was probably graded for over 20 years. I don't normally buy graded in general. With this card, just wanted to make sure it was legit, so wanted it graded for that reason. Don't care a whole lot of the holder most times, but for a better looking holder, and just for the whole story to kind of come full circle, I thought it would make sense to do what I ended up doing, and that was to cross it over with CGC. Like I said, I still been picking up more, but still have less than maybe 15 or 20 slabs. It's just not the way I collect. If I can find stuff in a slab that's cheaper than buying it raw, that's usually how I end up getting it. But besides just buying some cards to make sure they're authentic, I just don't really collect that way in slabs. But from anybody that does, have always heard them say that this is the clearest plastic there is, and they definitely are not lying. So I know I rambled on for a while. Appreciate anybody that hung on for as long as they did, but we'll finally show this off. And like I said, originally purchased this months and months ago, but held on to it for like a week or two, and then in the PSA slab and crossed it over, got the same grade. And this is the 93 Topps Finest Refractor of Tony Gwynn in now a CGC 8. So like I said, how I normally don't care for the most part what slab it's in. Definitely in that old slab, it was not very clear. There were scratches on the slab. I wanted to do this card full justice and for it to look as best as it possibly could. And I think for being in a slab, any slab at all, it is the best it can look right now. So just absolutely thrilled with this card. This is I'm fully going through now and cataloging before I show each year off, cataloging my stuff for in TCDB, but don't have that fully done yet. I'm guessing different variations and stuff I'm finding. I'm going to be probably around 650, 675 as far as unique Tony Gwynn cards currently, but a lot of them are just, you know, base cards and stuff like that, some inserts. There's so many just rare, like, you know, other iconic inserts and stuff from the 90s I'd love to have. I'm probably not going to have a lot of them. You know, PMGs and the platinum medallions and essential credentials, stuff like that. Just probably never going to end up with a lot of them, any of them. But like I said, this kind of started all that stuff, and to end up with this is by far the centerpiece of my Gwynn collection. One of the best cards in my collection in general, and you know, just encapsulates how awesome the 90s and their cards were. And yeah, just could not be happier with this. And finally shared it when it was in the PSA slab, I believe, with some of my friends, but I don't think anybody has seen it yet in this slab, so very happy to finally be able to get to show it off and do it its justice. And I want to say thank you to Sooz. Like I said, it was probably kind of weird just having somebody reach out to you like that, but I'll probably tag you in this video. Happy to be able to get that in your collection. Hope you know, when you received it, I know you said you're happy with it, so happy. Hopefully you're enjoying it in your collection. Like I said, for it to just be sitting in a box for 25 years to get unearthed, I just think there's no better home for it to be in a collection of a Jeter super collector. So and then thank you. I mean, some of the proceeds of selling it, you know, we're able to pay for this. So like I said, just feel like it was just meant to be in this slab now and fully come full circle. Yeah. So get a few last looks at it there. Just, you know, just I've had this for about a week or two now till I got to do the video here, but yeah, just really taking it in, and just like I said, this is a centerpiece of my collection now, so just absolutely love it. Could not be happier. In the comments, let me know your thoughts on Finest in general. If you have any Finest refractors from any years, or if you're lucky enough to have any of the ones from '93, just, and if you don't, they're just superb. I mean, the video probably doesn't fully do it justice, but it's really cool. I mean, I know from some players it's very out of, like, the Griffey and probably Nolan Ryan, like some of them are very out of reach or very hard to get. This was, you know, definitely at the price it was at. I think it was lower, and a much lower tier than a lot of those guys, and really kind of shows how maybe undervalued or underappreciated Tony Gwynn is. But you know, I was able to capitalize off that a little bit, I think, and you know, get a great looking card. And just, like I said, could not be happier with this. So I'll stop rambling now, but thank you for anyone that watched this. And just remember, any card can be a great looking card, even if it has 4 soft corners. Thank you.